Hi, welcome back channel TrainStation2. Alright, the first competition has started, and of course I discovered something really new. You got to complete the first few jobs in order to release the raw materials collection. So of course after that then you will be able to do so-called bonus jobs. If you are new to events, bonus jobs give you something extras if you complete it within the time frame, for example 3 hours. What's happening is that there'll be a rotatory arrangement whereby, for example, you get gems or you get EP extras or you get some extra keys as well. So this depends on what starts first and then what comes next and the third. So it is in a cycle. For example, I just quote this way: if you started with gems, then EP, and then extra keys, it will be the fourth one will be gems again, then followed by the same way in the same process. All right. So that's how the bonus jobs work. But if you failed that time frame of 3 hours, you just get your base rewards and without that extras. So how do you want to tackle this bonus job? My advice is to have sufficient of those event items before you click on that bonus job itself, because once you click, the time start running and you do not want to miss that bonus. All right. So of course, if you are confident in doing so, then by all means. Alright, so in this event that I mentioned earlier, something really new, you got to complete the two jobs. Alright, so doing the 1/2 right now. After that, it will be 2/2. Once you complete the rewards, also called the raw materials, be issued out for us to collect. Alright, so I do note that there's sometimes frustration because some people can't even clear the first few jobs. It takes a while. So this is really painful. I mean, generally, if you can't do that, you can't run your production in the factory, the event factory itself. So it is really painful that Pixel Federation has created for the players in this event. It is really tough, but that said, I think I should still spend that 110 gems to expand that event factory, as I mentioned to you previously. It's important to do so because without the expansion, you'll be just running on 2 slots, and it's really tough to create a winning spot in the ranking chart with just 2 manufacturing spots in your event factory. So make sure you spend that 110 gems. Always do that to save that sufficient amount of gems for events before we start. Okay, so that's it. Later on when we come to that, as of now you can see I'm totally lost at this juncture. Initially I was wondering where was the place to collect all the raw materials, and I've even thinking of locking a ticket to say there's a problem with the event to Pixel Federation. Then I realized that when I look at the speech bubble of the characters or the contractors here, then I realized that actually it's intended for us basically to collect raw materials only when we have completed the 4 jobs. So if you know, the first 2 jobs is 2/2. So to speak, thinking about whether it's 99% strategy or 100% strategy, it used to be in this manner. Given the circumstances, it seems like this is a 100% strategy event, which means that they are forcing us to complete 100% of the event. By doing so, normally when we race to complete 100%, we will be rewarded with higher EP jobs. But from the previous event, Pixel Federation did a change, is that there'll be decreasing returns once you cross 100%. It's very unlike the previous approach. So they basically mix up everything to confuse players, basically make it unpredictable. For seasoned players, we know when to apply 99% strategy, when to apply 100%. But I think Pixel Federation is trying to block us from that prediction. So what's happening is that at this juncture, I can't really tell whether we should be doing 100% or 99%. But based on what we have seen so far, this should be the 100% event, which means that they are forcing us by giving us really short jobs per series, which means per character they're giving us like /5 or /10 jobs. Basically, once you complete that 5 or 10, then you'll be released with new jobs and whatnot. So in that context, you're being forced into completing the mapped percentage according to what Pixel Federation wanted. Alright, so there's no way you can stop it unless you stop doing the last job, and if that's the case, they may not even release the job for you to do, so you're being forced to complete everything. But again, that's too early to be determined right now. Probably at the third competition or more, then we will have some players who actually exceeded 100%. Then I could be able to read it from the forum and able to share it with you. Alright, so for now, we just go faster speed ahead because we really need to get those raw materials out. So do remember to do your ship trade as well if possible, because doing ship trade gives you those blue maps, as I mentioned many times, 5 building technique in bringing up the population, so you have sufficient population to do your warehouse upgrade. So this is generally an event that you can get best out of it. Legendary trains, 2 numbers, 1 epic and 1 special building. That's the bare minimum. If you can get the rare and common, that's fantastic. Alright, so make sure you do all this and follow on to my video. I'll be sharing every single competition, how I go about it, what's progress and whatnot. But of course, I'm not a pay to win. I'm limited by gems, so I may even lose sometimes, but that doesn't really matter. Likewise, if you lose, the competition doesn't really matter, because we're just gonna mention this. Alright, event fatigue. Yes, I mention again, event fatigue. Pixel Federation likes to design its games with lots of events, so even you don't win this, you have another event coming about. You will always be suffering from event fatigue in TrainStation2, so don't be afraid and don't be too frustrated or force yourself to pay real money to in order to get a certain train, because you'll never end. That would basically be never ending. Okay, so make sure pay to win only if you really wanted it. Alright, so don't be pressured by it or pressured by losing and whatnot, but otherwise free to play. Okay, so free to play has this advantage, got to mention many times. You can play at your own will. You're basically not being suffering from the fact that you already paid some money and you committed to it, and you can basically stop playing if you do not want to at any time. Free to play is really the way to do it, because when developer have many pay to win and they're making lots of money, they just get more and more greedy, and hence they make the game more towards pay to win, and it's no longer as friendly, as not enjoyable. So that, I mean, believe by now you should understand I'm another player of this free to play in another game, which is FIFA Mobile. This game has been getting bad to worse, so it's all because of pay to win. So I really appreciate if you could join me as a free to play, so that we can make this game still enjoyable by free to play players. Alright, so if it's just too much in playing and too much effort, just get a little bit of rewards if you are not paid to win, then probably we'll drop this game after all. So for now, this game is still enjoyable for free to play. So back to this competition, I mean, how do we then progress? I mean, once you have that rewards, also called the rewarded materials, right? So I call it a reward right now. You will be rewarded with an extra job as well. You can see here, you have a bonus job. So bonus job, as I mentioned earlier, only click on it once you are confident with sufficient event items. Otherwise, you'll be wasting it. All right. So do make sure you collect lots of it. Those special bonus items, gems, EP, or event keys. And of course, not forgetting, when you do the jobs, try to do it simultaneously. It means you try to do every single job at the same time. You can finish all at the same time. So that's one strategy of doing it, because you're being forced in a way to complete all jobs before new jobs are released. Another way of doing is keep on focusing on one single job. Make sure you complete it before you do the next one. Both have advantages and disadvantages, so it depends on your own style, but I'll try to do it simultaneous sometimes, and if we could, we'll do some to complete it, because those are the jobs that are hard to get or hard to be performed, which basically with a triple restriction job. So I'll try to put in more resources into those first, because you know you have a limited number of suitable trains only once I've basically sent all those rural trains and ran out of it, the extras I'll put it in other jobs itself. Okay, so that's how it work out from in terms of resource prioritizations, in terms of dispatches, and depending on the type of trains that you have. So that's it. It all boils down to the fleet size. All right, so just remember this: upgrade your trains. All right, thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe. Goodbye.